Hi guys.
Recording?
Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Truth Speaks. Today we're coming at you with a new and exciting topic.
Gosh, it's a lot of blush.
Today we're going to talk about not disqualifying yourself from the blessings of the Most High, and just not disqualifying yourself in general, but we want to focus in on how you can how you can receive your blessings, live your best life, and all of that kind of things, and what you can do to not disqualify yourselves to make sure that you do live your best life. Is that where we're going with? Yeah.
Sure.
Erica, take it away.
Okay, so not just really blessings, but like she said, it is living your best life, because God's plan for you, like we said before, is the best possible plan. So really, really just what we wanted to talk about, or whatever, or what's on my heart, what's in my spirit. No, seriously, what's in my spirit. For the last couple of videos, we've been talking just about submitting your will to the Most High, developing your relationship with the Most High, learning and trusting the fruits of the Spirit, finding your gifts and trusting them and walking in them. And then last video we were talking about the season that we're in and the blessings that are coming, but the duality of that season is the work that has to be done. So pretty much what the Holy Spirit gave me to talk about was, don't disqualify yourself. So in all of that we have talked about up until now, just as you're developing your relationship with God, what I will say is, and this is out of my experience, when I started really, because everybody knows, like, we are the daughters of a minister, so it's not like we're not new to this. But I always like to say, for a lot of people, you grow up in church. As you grow and you get older, you see what God has done in other people's lives. You can say, I know God is real. I've seen him move in people's lives, and I've seen the Spirit move and all of that. It is totally different though from when you start developing your own relationship with God and you start walking with God one-on-one for yourself, not just seeing God in other people's lives. Where was I going with this?
Developing your own relationship.
Yeah. So, no, because I was saying we are talking about developing the relationship. So, as you're doing that, okay, I'm coming back full circle. I lost my train of thought for a minute because that was just getting so good to me. No. Because I do like talking about that, because it's nothing like seeing God for yourself. Like, you're not just knowing a God and speaking of a God that you've seen work in other people's lives, but having that one-on-one relationship with God yourself and seeing learning how God speaks to you, learning as you're walking along your journey, how he comes in and gives you little nuggets of encouragement, how he'll send you those, just really learning who he is. But along that walk, there's going to be things that he's speaking to you. We've talked about this. He's going to be showing you certain things. He's showing you what I have for you, what is to come, what is the thing that I want you to walk in. And what I was saying was, okay, now I'm all the way back to my original point. What I was saying was, he was speaking to me about, I don't want to say, now I said it earlier to you, he shows us he establishes the end from the beginning, and oftentimes he shows us the end, but not so much the end. I cannot say if it's truly the end, but it is it's the picture of what I've called you to do. It's the picture of,
it may not be the end, but it is further into your life than where you're at currently. And a lot of times when God shows you stuff, what you're looking at doesn't look like anything in your current reality. So what he's showing you of is your life at a different point. So a lot of times what she's saying is, it's not the end. Obviously God doesn't tell you the end, because he doesn't give you all of anything in totality. It's bits and pieces. But what he does show you is where you're going. It's your future, kind of. So it's just somewhere where you're going to be at some point in your life that isn't current.
Right. And it's normally the thing that he has called you to either, do, walk in, utilize your gifts. Like we were talking about how your gifts make room for you. It could be the room that your gift has made for you or whatever the case may be. So because we know that and because he does that as we're walking, we are walking by the Spirit when we're talking about not just developing your relationship, but submitting your will to his and doing the things that, whatever it is that he's telling you to do. And it could be a right, quick left, that's right, a sharp right, a left. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. And I was telling Jasmine, like, when I was pretty much getting this, it's like, we never really know. Like, he shows us a picture, but we don't really know the steps until we're walking in those things. So from our natural point of mind, when we're following the Spirit, we are following the Spirit blindly. That is what our faith is. From a natural point of view, it is blindly walking and trusting, the Most High or whatever. But because you're doing that, but then you have some natural eyes that is seeing your natural condition and whatever that environment is, that you're in, whether it's just, for some people, it's the home environment. It's, the people that are around them. For some people, it's their workplace. You know what I mean? It's whatever it is, and you're just like, God, I don't see it. Mm-hmm. Or, I don't understand. I don't get how we can be there or whatever. And then for some people, and this is really, really mostly what I want to hone in on, it's us. It's knowing who we are. That's where the disqualifying comes in at. We disqualify ourselves because it's like, I know my attitude. Hello, somebody. I know my mouth. I know that I never actually finished college. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know that I have these kids. I know that I'm struggling with this. Oh, God, I don't really speak that well. Oh.
A lot of it is people are like I said, we grew up going in the church, and God will show people who have, the Most High can choose anybody. He can pick somebody who has no knowledge of theology. You know what I mean? No knowledge of the Bible or anything like that, but something in their spirit is calling them to it. And they may say, and God is speaking to them, and they be like, I don't know any scriptures, I can't quote the Bible, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of people's hang up. Like, I get on here and I really can't quote scriptures. I can't say 1 Timothy. I can't tell you what 1 Timothy says. I can tell you stories in the Bible, and this was me growing up. So coming from a person who didn't even grow up, if they don't know, that a lot of times people feel disqualified because they can't quote scripture to and fro. But that's not required. Like, now I'm gonna let Erica finish making her point, but things like that, we disqualify ourselves, like she said, because we feel like we're not qualified for what God is calling us to do. But I can assure you, you are just who he's looking for to reach the people that
you're called to reach. Mm-hmm. Because everybody has an audience. And again, the audience is not always going into what you were kind of talking about last week. Were you talking about this last week? Maybe last week was the
what was I saying last week?
Well, you definitely was talking about it today. About about the gifts on the gifts video. Okay. Going into what Jasmine was talking about on the gifts video. When all of us have gifts and everything, and it's not always used in the church. It's not everybody, it's not the pastor and stuff like that. Dang it, now I lost my train of thought for where I was going with this. Trying to figure out what video.
Up. So when you have people that you're called to minister to, who your sphere of influence, as it's called, when you have those people, your qualifications are just what God needs to meet that person. So you don't need to get caught up in how you speak or your current, situation or things like that, because as long as you are, again, offering yourself up as a vessel to be used and are walking in the gift, that God has called for you, if you're utilizing the gifts and you're doing what God has called you to do, the people that he wants you to talk to, speak to, they're going to get what they need. So you can't get hung up on what you deem as not good enough for the position.
Right. That's exactly where I was going.
We didn't discuss this prior to. She told me she wanted to talk about this, and I'm like, okay, but we didn't go into deep discussion on what it is that what this is. But so what I'm picking up in the spirit right now is there are some people who are watching this video who feel like they are not qualified. They know that God is talking to them. They're hearing what God is saying. They think they're hearing. They're not even sure if they're hearing from God, but they want to yield to what it is that they think they're hearing from the Most High. I encourage you to go into prayer because he is speaking to you. He has some people that he wants you to minister to. He wants you to. Some of you have been told to do videos like this. You're watching this video and you feel like the Most High has told you to get on and say some stuff. He wants you to get on and do the video. Some of you guys have some people on your job right now who come and talk to you about certain things, and you don't know if you're supposed to be talking to them or whatever. He wants each and every one of us we're not even sure what our gift is, but we want to yield ourselves to it. He's calling you to yield yourself, and he's going to keep depositing to you. Every time what is it when you take something out? Withdraw. You withdraw, you utilize your gift, you're pouring it out. He's going to keep depositing it into you. So even if you're not sure, do it. And I assure you, the more you do it, the more he's going to deposit into you, because he wants everybody to have a relationship with him. He wants everybody to minister to everybody. The body of Christ is the body of, the Most High. As some people are hands, some people are head, feet and toes. Everybody has something to give, and we're all here to help each other while we're here on earth. So that was just a quick little something that he wanted me to tell you guys.
That was really good because it's the truth. And the bottom line is, like Jasmine says, you can't get hung up on yourself. We can't get hung up on what we think we're really not able to do. If God is calling you to do something, like she said, there's somebody in your sphere of influence that needs it, and they're going to be able to receive it from you exactly how you have to give it to them, because everybody doesn't receive the same way. Like, everybody is not going to be able to receive. Jasmine just straight up told me the other week that I was around the way girl. Around the way girl. Hello, somebody?
I didn't say those.
No, you didn't. You said you're a girl's girl. But I'm saying, and what she was saying was there's relatability. However, everybody's not going to relate to me.
I'm not around. Nothing wrong with you around the way, girl. But I'm not, and I understand that.
And there's going to be girls or women that will be able to receive from her and not be able to receive from me. That is the bottom line. So you can't disqualify yourself because you think that, like I said, the thing is, we know us. Mm-hmm. We know how we are. And we're just like, God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be messing up your people because I know how I am. I'm not all the way right. And I might say something and somebody might say something I don't like. It could be anything or whatever the case may be. But there's going to be people that are going to be able just to get you, receive from you, love you, and allow you to love on them exactly how you are. And that is how God uses us.
So often people get so caught up on what we've been taught with religion, not relationship, is that you have to be this perfect being in order to really get out there and minister to people. And that's not true at all. So what you see so much with church Christianity and all these different religions is condemnation. They want to condemn people for how people live their life. Now, let me be clear. That doesn't mean that you accept everything everybody is doing. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is we're not called to condemn people. That's not our job. Our job is to deposit into people, to
and
love
to show
people.
God. We're
We're
supposed to show the Messiah.
That is what we're called to do. I always say, people, show me anywhere in the Bible where God is yelling at people, bringing up people's past, telling people what they're doing and how they're going to hell. Show me in the Bible where he's interacting with people that way. You can't. You won't be able to find any scripture where he's doing that. Now, that's not to say he's not calling people to task on what they're doing, but it is the way he is doing it. And I can tell you right now, the way most of Christian, churches and just any type of religion does that, it is not. They're not following the book. They're not following the Most High. They're not following any of that. They are making themselves. What they're doing is elevating themselves. They're now God. They're now the judge, jury, and the executioner because they feel like they're on the side of righteousness. That's not what you're called to do. You're called to live your life and be an example of who the Most High is. That doesn't mean you don't fall short, but it means that everything you do, everything you say, you try to exemplify him. You try to glorify him. So even if you talk crazy, I know some people who, cuss and carry on or whatever, but when you get into a conversation with them, what they're saying is on point with what, who the Most High is and educating people. And there are some people that type of language is, offends their sensibilities. It doesn't offend me, but for the people who are called to them, they'll be able to receive it. You have, circumstances that people look down upon. So what? There'll be some people who can relate to that. You can't get caught up in all of that kind of nonsense.
And there's going to be some people that are going to relate to you solely because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the thing that we are most concerned about or most worried about as far as how we look at it as a negative will be the sole thing that draws people to you. And you don't know if that's going to be the thing that God uses to draw to you. All we need to do is whatever it is that he's telling us to do. Don't talk yourself out of it because you know yourself or you know what you consider your flaws or just like, not the most exciting things about you. I don't know, for lack of better words. God knows all your flaws. He knows how you are. He knows your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all you have to do is be. And that is part of the freedom that comes with walking with the Most High because he's one person that you actually don't have to front with. Because there's not a single person in your life, and I don't care, here we go for the people that claim they're so real. You could be realistic, There's not a single person in your life that at some point you don't have to put on a little extra whatever. Mm-hmm. We all do it. It's just a part of our human nature. He is the sole being that you are able to relax and just be yourself and say, all right, you still want to use me? You know what I mean? He knows everything about you and he's still calling you. He still wants you. He's still saying, you have what I need to do my will. And that is what we're just like, one, we're not used to it because he really accepts us and loves us like that. Besides probably your parents. Going into our unconditional love topic. But aside from that, you don't get that from the everyday people in your life.
Well, you don't get it from human beings because most human beings,
one, they're not real with themselves, so they can't accept you being all the way real with yourself and accepting you.
That's true. And people have preconceived notions on what people should be before they start doing things. We always want to attain a certain level before we actually start trying to do certain things. And it's like, that's not necessary. Because for the people that you need to reach, you may not need to be at that level because they're not going to be able to receive it from you at that level to begin with. So you have to let God use you in whatever capacity that He can use you at. And you can't be caught up in, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I have to say.
That's pretty much all I have. Just be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
And be blessed. I hope this was a word of encouragement for
Yeah.
you guys to understand that the Most High truly loves you. And He truly loves you for who you are, exactly how you are right now. And if He's calling you to do something right now, that means you're okay to do it right now. You don't need to be any other kind of way. You don't need to get anything else. You're okay to move forward right now. And as you continue to walk, if there are things that He wants to change in you, He'll
change you.
He will. All you have to do is, again, just be a submitted vessel. That's it. He'll change it along the way. Just start walking. Don't disqualify yourself. Be encouraged.
Alrighty, guys.
And subscribe to Erica Speak Easy on YouTube.
Please like and share our videos as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
And
give us some feedback. We tell us what you guys want to talk about. I mean, we got all the knowledge in the world. No, I'm just playing.
Not all the knowledge.
No,
but
it was a joke. Tell us what you guys want to talk about, and let's talk.
We do want other people's opinions. We do want to talk about the things that are on your heart, because we want to give you information and advice on that as well. Right now, a lot of these videos, all of these videos are spirit-led. We talk about the things that the Most High wants us to talk about with you all. But I know that there's some stuff that you guys want us to talk about as well. So please feel free to comment and like, share, and give us any opinions, any feedbacks, any topics, and we will gladly discuss those with you guys. Be blessed. Have a wonderful week. Bye.